Okay, so I had this conversation with some friends a couple weeks ago about what our top 5 video games of all time were, and all of our lists were wildly different. So I thought it would be a cool idea for a video to share that list with you all, especially since someone asked a similar question during my Q&A video. So my list spans across 4 generations of game consoles, so understand that some of you may have never even played these games. So of course I will explain my reasoning for each choice as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the list. So number 5 on the list is a tie between 2 games, Bloodborne and God of War for the PS4. I know, y'all are probably like, here we go with the bullshit, but I promise this is the only one that is a tie. So first let me talk about Bloodborne. So my experience with Bloodborne is unique. I picked it up at a time when I wasn't working, didn't have a job. I just really wanted something to play to pass the time. I never played any of the Souls games, but I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, so first I picked up Dark Souls 3. It was cool and challenging, but I found it really slow and overly punishing if you didn't stick to the meta of the game. So after a couple days, I took it back and I picked up Bloodborne, which a friend had been recommending to me for about a year. And I instantly fell in love. So it kept the same challenge level of Dark Souls, but was a more rewarding experience for playstyles like mine, which is more aggressive. The game itself has its own beauty that's rooted in darkness, and the map was really well put together, and there were no load times unless you fast travel, since the entire world was cleverly connected. So the customization elements were really fun, the boss designs were disgustingly awesome, and even though you get your ass kicked over and over and over, it's extremely rewarding. Bloodborne was a strange experience for me because it's the first game that I've ever gotten addicted to playing and beating without once comprehending what the hell was going on in the story because it was so convoluted. The story is there, it's just not in your face. The lore is tucked away with the gameplay being at the forefront, and it definitely worked out in their favor that way, so I am patiently waiting for Sekiro and the Bloodborne sequel. Now, as far as God of War goes, in my opinion, it is the top PS4 game. It was the most successful reinvention of a character that I've ever seen in a video game. It was masterfully thought out and crafted, and the seamless one-camera experience really keeps you immersed in the world. The heavy RPG elements were amazing and let you customize Kratos like never before, and the addition of the axe switched up the combat but still kept it brutally satisfying. Now, watching the story unfold and the relationship between Kratos and Atreus develop was awesome, and the setup for the future installments was well done. God of War also has the honor of being the first game in my PS4 library to be platinumed, and was so good it let me and Lupa create not 1 but 2 parodies that are now YouTube classics. So I still need to sink my teeth into the New Game Plus, and I patiently await the next game. Now, number 4 on the list is Mega Man Legends. It is my personal favorite take on the Blue Bomber, going full RPG and even spawned a sequel. I love the world that was created around Legends. The diggers, the pirates, refractors, the ancient mysteries, all of it made the experience one of the best Mega Man has ever offered. It even introduced the iconic, the eccentric, the lovable Bond family pirates that were a constant pain in your ass at every turn. Now, kicking their ass was always fun, but you also grew to love their presence and even feel sympathetic for them at times. The art style was very anime-esque, the voice acting was top-notch for the time, which did help enhance the emotion for certain set pieces. Now, the customization of Mega Man in this game was also top-notch. You could bring items found throughout your adventure to Roll, who was your sidekick, and she would turn them into some fire-ass equipment, my favorite of which being the jet skates that allowed you to travel through the world a lot faster. The gameplay was rewarding and challenging, and the designs and capabilities of some of the Reaverbot enemies were extremely creative. So Legends also has one of my favorite soundtracks ever, and to this day I still find myself humming some of the old songs. Now, I'm so sad that Capcom canceled development of Mega Man Legends 3, but I am hopeful that one day Capcom will see the error in their ways and bring it back. Not likely though. Now, number 3 on my list is Gears of War, which is my favorite cover shooter of all time. Gears is the game that got me to finally give up my PS2 and jump into the new generation of gaming. I remember being blown away graphically, thinking that there was no way this was a video game I was seeing. It was also the first game to get me into online gaming. The roadie running, the two-piecing, the wall bouncing, the sniping, the chainsaw, all of them were gruesomely satisfying, and it turned me into a monster online, not gonna lie. It brought out my competitive nature, and I was so addicted to the game, I put in thousands of hours to make myself better. At one point, I was ranked in the top 300 in Gears of War 2. Now, one of the best things about Gears is that it's never been noob friendly. You will get your ass handed to you several times before catching on, and I feel like that's something that is missing from a lot of competitive games these days. They seem to be leaning toward the noobs. Now, the camaraderie between the characters, it echoed into real life for me, and I actually had a specific squad of people I played with every day that I'm still friends with to this day, and we've never met. Gears had several ups and downs, but I always stuck with it and adapted to the gameplay. Quick plug, if you watch my stream from a couple weeks ago, you can see that I haven't missed a beat. And I'm definitely looking forward to what Gears 5 has to offer. No matter what, Gears will always remain one of the most influential shooters to ever grace a console, in my opinion. Now, number 2 is Final Fantasy X, my personal favorite Final Fantasy ever. This is one of the greatest video games of all time, in my opinion, and the peak of Square Enix development. I remember being absolutely blown away at every turn by this game. So graphically on the PS2, in my opinion, no game could compare. It was absolutely beautiful and breathtaking, and every cutscene was definitely a sight to behold. It was the first Final Fantasy that was voice acted, and other than some slight hiccups, they did a damn good job. The world of Spyro was beautiful and well crafted and believable, and Tidus was rightfully the only piece that seemed out of place. Now, the story is still my favorite of any JRPG and was very emotional and well written. Gameplay wise, it may have seemed like a simple turn-based JRPG, but there are actually a ton of little nuances that can lead to certain victory or defeat. The sphere grid system is my favorite leveling system in any JRPG as well, and if you put in the time, every one of your characters could be equally OP and utilize the same techniques, which was fun. The journey from Rookie Guardian to complete OP Badass was not easy, so from bullshit challenges to cheap bosses, and I'm looking at you, Seymour Flux, but it was all worth it, and I still replay every couple years to relive the experience. This game will always be a 10 out of 10 for me. And number 1 on my list is Metal Gear Solid for the PS1, not the remake. I will always credit this game as being the one to solidify the gamer that I am today. I feel like MGS is the greatest game of all time, and Hideo Kojima pushed the boundaries of not just a single genre but gaming as a whole, and locked in Solid Snake as a video game legend. There is no experience that can match MGS on the PS1, and the quality of the game is something that game developers still can't match in this current generation. The storytelling was unique, the sound design was awesome, the environment was well designed. Gameplay wise, MGS combined many different game elements and truly let you play through the game how you wanted. Now, choking out enemies in MGS is still one of the most satisfying things to do in any game. As far as the bosses go, first I would say it's one of the best cast of bosses ever assembled, each with their own unique quirks and locations. And playing these boss battles was always exciting since you had free reign over how you chose to dispose of them. For example, I used to use Nikita missiles to kill Raven instead of C4 and Claymore, and would do the same with Sniper Wolf. Instead of having a sniper battle, I'd send Nikita missiles out to her. Your arsenal of weapons and how you chose to use them was vast. MGS also has some of the best set pieces in gaming, from the encounter with Grey Fox to the torture chamber. The game also had high replay value and offered some endgame bonuses that could change the way you play through the next time. MGS has always kept a high standard in gaming, but I'm just happy that I had the chance to experience the original MGS when it was given to the world. Well, that about wraps up my top 5. Now I want to hear from you guys and what your top 5 games are. So share with everyone down below. I'd love to see the different tastes of everyone. And who knows, maybe you share one that was on my list. But I definitely want to hear from you guys. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I definitely want to see all of you guys' lists. We're all gamers here, I think. But yeah, hopefully everybody has the same appreciation for the culture. But yeah, as always, follow me on all my socials. Your boy Roshi, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and check out my merch store. The link to that is always down below in the description, as well as the link to my Discord channel. You can join that too if you wish. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys next time.